There's so many bullish catalysts for crypto right now. That's what leads me to believe solidly, as of now, there's a crypto golden age coming in. There's some powers behind the scenes that are saying to themselves, it's time to unleash crypto. And that's why you're seeing all of this activity. I'm telling you, today is no different. We have some XRP news, we got some Bitcoin news, we got some Cardano news, and we have some gold news today. Listen to this first article. This article is titled SBI and Franklin Templeton. Now, SBI, if they're not XRP through and through, I don't know who is. Who's more bullish? I mean, maybe there's companies and people equal to SBI who are bullish on XRP, but who's more bullish than SBI on XRP? SBI and Franklin Templeton. Keep in mind, Franklin Templeton is XLM heavy, Stellar heavy. They use Stellar-based systems. You can't get around the use of XLM within those systems. So that's another thing. So this is the new financial system coming together. You can disagree. SBI and Franklin Templeton's joint venture fuels XRP ETF talks. Listen, I'm going to read this. We'll find out all about the ETF talks and ideas from other people. When I see this, I start thinking to myself, we're literally witnessing Voltron come together. Are we not? Two separate companies who are heavy in the bank coins coming together for a venture, a joint venture. This is what we talked about years ago. We're seeing it come together right before our eyes. Nothing feels better than when you make a predictive thought and it comes to pass. Let's keep going here. It says, could SBI Holdings and Franklin Templeton's new digital asset venture pave way for first XRP ETF? Well, you tell me, article writer. Like I said, when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself how much SBI has been talking about XRP. They said they were trying to increase ways for their clients to earn yield off of XRP in Japan. They had a few different projects they were utilizing XRP for. And then wasn't SBI also, they had some stuff going on with Uphold. I mean, they're also, if you remember one of the recent videos, they're the ones who said they believed that Japan would run on XRP. I showed the article clip, but you can look that up. They're super bullish on XRP. But it's not the only. Here's the thing, though. Let's be balanced. I'm going to be balanced here. It's not the only technology that they're working with. It's just the one that they promote the most. Japan's SBI Holdings is set to establish a joint venture with U.S. asset manager Franklin Templeton, focusing on digital assets. SBI will hold a 51% stake in the new venture, while Franklin Templeton will own 49%. This move aims to position both companies ahead of the anticipated launch of digital asset ETFs in Japan, following recent developments in the US where Bitcoin and Ether ETFs have been introduced. And you know there's more coming. You got Solana possibly on deck. Obviously, in the future, you have XRP on deck. I think those are logical. I think those are very realistic. Franklin Templeton, managing assets worth $1.5 trillion, is known for its investments in cryptocurrency ETFs, including those for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Why don't you talk about their use of crypto, of DLT systems? Now, I can't remember if it was Wisdom Tree or Franklin Templeton, but I know both of them are using Stellar-based systems. But one of them is also using Ethereum as well for something else. So they're heavy in utility coins. It says, utility coin blockchains. It says more to the point. I like to make that clear because some people, if you misspeak, they jump all over you just because you've misspoken while they're not. I think the concentration should be on extracting the substance from what is actually trying to be conveyed. Like, you can misspeak, but I know what you mean. You understand that? More to the point, the firm is now exploring a potential Solana ETF. There we go. And get it going, by the way. I want Solana to explode. I want Solana to go to the moon and never come back. So I'm ready for it. SBI Holdings, a significant Japanese financial player with extensive interest in digital assets, has been a long time partner of Ripple, the company behind XRP. Yeah, but let's put that into proper context. They're a heavy believer in XRP. They constantly talk, not about Ripple. What are they talking about? See, I don't know why some of these article writers, I'm not going to get on the article writer, but they talk about XRP, how we're going to make more yield for our clients with XRP. Japan will run on XRP. They talk about XRP way more than they talk about Ripple in their partnership. They're bullish on XRP. They're working with Ripple because of what? XRP. I think that's important to highlight. It says here, SBI, Ripple, and XRP. SBI's relationship with Ripple began in 2017 when SBI Remit started using Ripple's system for international money transfers, which they expanded recently. They have corridors in a lot of very interesting places. By 2021, SBI Remit began utilizing XRP as a bridge currency. So that we know. Let me scroll down. I just want to see if they have anything else. Here we go. The new partnership between SBI Holdings and Franklin Templeton raises speculation about the possibility of an XRP ETF. Ripple executives have previously hinted at such a development. And given SBI's integration of XRP, this venture could set a precedent on the crypto ETF market and generate significant interest. Once again, watch for other companies congealing with them. We're watching the new financial system come together. Look at all the interlinking business that they have going on. You have Quant is interlinked with XRP and XDC. You got Flare with XRP. All of these connector pieces. You see how they're the glue. You have Stellar with Franklin Templeton. Now you have SBI that uses XRP and is with Ripple. Now SBI is coming together with Franklin Templeton. We're seeing a global web of DLT systems come together. So now let's move on here. Okay. We have a little bit more. I find that exciting. I do. Hope you're all having a fantastic Friday out there. It's getting hot. I mean, things are heating up. This article here is titled, "I'm very excited, quote unquote. Ripple CTO reacts to new XRP bot." Let's find out what's going on with this. There's always something. And another thing. You see how many innovations they've been rolling out lately on all of these different Bankcoin blockchains? They've all been working extremely hard. From Ripple to Stellar to Zenfin to Hedera. There's so much going on. There's no one person could cover it all. It's not possible. It says Ripple CTO is thrilled by Hummingbots, my apologies. New XRP Ledger integration promising game-changing boost for crypto trading. Hummingbot has rolled out its latest update, version 2.0, which introduces a new connector to the XRP Ledger. This update enhances the platform's capabilities by integrating with a well-established blockchain known for its speed and low transaction fees. The release has generated excitement in the crypto community, with Ripple's Chief Technology Officer David Schwartz expressing enthusiasm about the new integration. The addition of the XRP Ledger connector is seen as a strategic move that strengthens Hummingbot's position as a leader in open source exchange API connectors. Hummingbot has been a big help in automating crypto trading and market making. Over the past year, its users have generated around $30 billion in trading volume across more than 200 exchanges. With the new XRPL Ledger connector, Hummingbot is still offering valuable tools for traders looking to optimize their performance on the crypto market. And then they have the tweet cropped here from David Schwartz, and it says, "I am very excited to start playing with this." All right, so listen. All that matters to me when things like this happens, that we're moving forward. And listen, once we go mainstream, once we have mass adoption, all of these different mechanisms, I believe, will come into play. We need things to be as easy as possible, as accessible as possible, as streamlined, clean looking, nice, smooth, simplified. Because listen, let's be real. The masses need things to be simplified. They don't need to be overcomplicated. Just like the simplification of accessing delegation and staking aspects of self-custody wallets. Now, see, something like that could be huge as long as it's clean, looks good, is simplified. The explanation of how to use it is simplified. The masses can grip onto that very easily. That's what we need. All right, so XRPL continues to get stronger and stronger, better and better. Let's keep it going here. I'm going to skip one XRP article here. If we have time at the end, I'll come back to it. I'm going to get to this Bitcoin news. because there's a lot of catalysts going on. We've been discussing a few of them. So, Bitcoin's price going to go up and down. You had the Mt. Gox thing happen the other day. We reported on that. They just start sending that Bitcoin back to their people. Their people are going to sell. They've been waiting for like 10 years, something like 8 or 10 years, something like that. A lot of them are going to sell. Despite what people are saying, and I've seen this a lot. People say this to me many times throughout the weeks. Oh, the United States is fine. The people aren't having a problem with money. And that's just not what I'm seeing in the data. That's just not what I'm seeing with the regular people. A lot of people are struggling. That is the reality that I'm seeing through articles and information and people's videos. The job market is terrible. The data shows one thing. There's a lot of ways to falsify data, like putting up job postings that are going to be counted, and you're running people through interviews, but you're not actually hiring. There's a problem going on. So with that kept in mind, it tells me that when a lot of these people get their Bitcoin back, they're going to sell. And obviously, if they sell in mass all at once, that price is going to go down. You're going to get some turmoil. But anyway, we have other things going on here. This article is titled First Mover America's Bitcoin Slides After Wednesday's Tech Rout. And it says this: the latest price moves in crypto markets in context for July 25th, 2024. And it begins here. Bitcoin fell to just above $64,000 amid a stock market rout and weakening sentiment for risk assets, including cryptocurrencies. The plunge led to over $250 million worth of bullish bets being liquidated, the worst hit since early July. Bitcoin is priced around $64,200 at the time of writing. I'm not sure what it is right now. A drop of almost 3.5% in the last 24 hours. The broader digital asset market, as measured by CoinDesk 20 Index CD20, has fallen 5.6%. The slump follows the tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 index posting its biggest drop since 2022 after Google parent company Alphabet and Tesla reported mixed quarterly earnings. Ether has fallen. We got a little bit ETH news here. Ether has fallen over 8% in the last 24 hours, faring worse than the wider crypto market, following $327 million worth of outflows from Grayscale's Ethereum Trust ETF. Most of the other ETH ETFs continued in the green during Wednesday's session, with BlackRock's ETHA leading the pack at $283.9 million of net inflows, followed by Bitwise's ETHW at $233 million, and Fidelity's FETH with $145.7 million. ETHE, bucking this trend, echoes the plight of Grayscale's Bitcoin equivalent, GBTC, which experienced heavy outflows when it listed earlier this year. Ether is trading at $3,165 at the time of this writing. All right, a little bit more Bitcoin news here. Let's see if they tell us anything different here, because I like all of this information that's starting to come out about Bitcoin. Articles getting a little bit more thorough. I like to have a lot of different information to understand the various catalysts that are affecting the market positively or negatively. So now this article here is titled Bitcoin Stocks Bleed as China Rate Cuts Signal Panic. China has a lot of problems coming up. It's not that it's different than others in the world. It's just that I see, because of the way that China went up setting a lot of their systems, I think their problem is going to come a little bit more rapidly. And we've seen that. I think there's proof there. Things usually occur in China with their financial system that are problems that are mirrored in the United States, like their shadow bank problem, their commercial real estate problem, right? We have the same in the United States. We're going to have problems as well, but they typically feel it first and then we feel it a little bit after. It typically takes a few months, maybe up to a year, but it's nonetheless, there's that pattern there, but they have a lot of problems. I'm just saying they're not alone. China's back-to-back interest rate cuts signal urgency to shore up growth after the recent Communist Party plenum offered little support to the nation's flagging economy. It says here, risk assets slid Thursday as China's second interest rate cut in a week sparked concerns of instability in the world's second largest economy. Well, the global economy is not stable. I'm telling, and I know, like I said, I know there's people, I see the comment sections, people are going to say, no, Mick, the United States is stable. I just have to respectfully disagree. Everything looks calm in the house of cards until that one card falls and everything else goes down. I'm telling you. And it's not about fear. Let the concept of fear go, but caution should be in there. Sure, 100%, because caution tells you to prepare. Caution tells one to protect themselves. Caution tells one to protect their families, that, hey, if something comes, I'm ready for it. If it doesn't come, that's okay. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You get what I'm saying? It says here, risk assets slid on Thursday. Okay, well, we read that part. Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency by market cap value, fell almost 2% since midnight UTC, around $64,000, and Ether dropped more than 5%, dragging the wider altcoin market lower. The CoinDesk 20 Index, a measure of the crypto market, lost 4.6% in 24 hours. In equity markets, Germany's DAX, Frank's CAC, and the Eurozone's Euro Stocks 50 fell over 1.5%. And futures tied to the tech-heavy NASDAQ 100 were slightly lower at the index's 3% slide on Wednesday, according to data source investing.com. Early Thursday, the People's Bank of China, PBOC, announced a surprise off-schedule cut in its one-year medium-term lending facility rate to 2.3%. From 2.5%, injecting 200 billion yuan of liquidity into the market. That's the biggest reduction since 2020. The move, along with similar reductions in other borrowing rates early this week, shows urgency among policymakers to shore up growth after its recent third plenum offered little hope of a boost. There is I watch the state of the financial system within the U.S., obviously the most frequently. But the U.S., Europe, and China, if they all end up having massive problems at the same time, it's going to be interesting to see how the world adjusts. Is the world going to see the problem in the current financial setup and make real change to those systems? There is real change that can be made to shore up the systems. And yes, it goes far beyond the new financial system, far beyond it. I've spoken about this a lot in the past. I just haven't, been strong with this concept as of recent. But I've said it multiple times in the past that there has to be a change in the mind states of those who run the financial systems. This can't be the wild, wild west. You can't run the debt up. You have to tighten up monetary policy seriously and not just change the wording. Not just change. You have to change the minds, tighten things up a bit, do things the right way. Don't treat everything as a cash grab to fill your own pockets. A lot of people in the industry, they're getting bonuses. They're not doing their jobs. They're not. They're getting bonuses, but they're not doing their jobs. Then on top of that, there's a lot of, man, I could go deep. I could go much deeper. I really could. But you know what? Maybe we'll start doing videos on that if people want to see that. We'll start covering, regular financial news, and I'll give some of my ideas in that. We'll see. We'll see how all this works out. It says, quote, equity futures are stable after yesterday's bloody session that shook views across all asset classes, unquote. Lancelot. That is, hey, wait a minute. Is that a real name? Like, maybe I'm mispronouncing it. Senior global strategist at Marek Solutions said in a note shared with CoinDesk. All right, let's move on here. We have some Cardano. Let's get to that Cardano news. Yeah. Charles Hoskinson has some good things to say here. It's going to be very interesting. I'm interested to see what the future of Cardano holds. You know, they have a lot of potential. They have a lot of good stuff going on, a lot of good things being built. I just want to see them I want to see if they can actuate on all this and bring it all to fruition, for lack of a better word. It says here, Charles Hoskinson believes Cardano is on the way to flipping Bitcoin. Really? And I know some people are going to say he's supposed to say that. He's the inventor and the lead on Cardano, right? But if that's the case, why don't all of the leaders of projects speak like that? Because they don't. They definitely don't. A lot of them don't speak at all. They're just quiet and they let their projects fall by the wayside. But Charles Hoskinson, if you know this individual, he's very fiery. He's very brilliant. He has a lot of projects going on. It says he has a lot of good things being developed. It says Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano ADA, has expressed his belief that Cardano could surpass Bitcoin to become the leading cryptocurrency. Now, that's going very far. That is going very far. But hey, listen, maybe there's a reason why he's saying this more than just he's the creator of it. You know, speaking during a recent podcast hosted by Altcoin Daily Hoskinson predicted Cardano's rise to the top of the cryptocurrency world, emphasizing that Cardano's mission and competitive edge surpass those of Bitcoin. Quote, if we can do what I'm saying, there's no way to beat Cardano because there's nothing that can compete with it, because at the end of the day, it has lived up to what Satoshi started, unquote, said Hoskinson. We shall see, sir. We shall see. This is going to get really interesting, but you want the leader of a project to believe like this. You want them to push heavy and want to be number one, right? Especially if you hold any of this. Like right now, I don't hold any ADA. I don't hold any Cardano, zero. But I'm not opposed to maybe in the future. I see a little bit more. I might jump in again. I had it before in the 2021 bull run, and then boom, it went boom, and I took massive profits off that. So I'm not opposed to doing that again in the future if it arises. You know what I mean? It says here, if the opportunity arises. It says here, he further emphasized Cardano's mission to revolutionize global economic, political, and social systems, aiming to create an ecosystem that can grow sustainably and adaptively. Hoskinson, who also made similar comments regarding Ethereum, elaborated on Cardano's competitive edge, highlighting its ability to absorb technologies from competitors and continuously add value. Now, that is interesting. And I've been saying something similar. And I see a lot of companies starting to pick up on this, like Cardano's doing it. Flare is doing it. Anything that's a hot technology right now that's powerful, they're absorbing it. Like you heard about, I don't know if you heard about, representatives from Flare talking about how they could possibly utilize artificial intelligence. That could be huge. I'm talking about, and here's the thing. It depends on what type, because now I've been reading some articles where they say they're getting close to AGI, artificial general intelligence, which is more like human, of the human ability to think, right? Which, of course, I believe that if they are able to achieve that, it would definitely massively pass the bulk of society and how quickly it can think and what it can process and its understanding of advanced concepts. That's just personally how I feel. But if they can congeal with a technology in the future, I say in the next year or two, let's say they achieve AGI, artificial general intelligence, then I mean, something like Cardano Flare is going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure. And it says, and continuously add value. Okay, we're gonna leave off there because I want to get to this gold news before the video gets a little long. It seems like the algorithm likes videos from 24 minutes to 26 to 27 minutes. It likes those better. And let me tell you something. You're trying to become a YouTuber. If you want to start a channel, there's a lot of like technical things you have to learn, because the algorithm that they have, man, you have to please the algorithm more than you have to please the people almost. The algorithm can raise you up or it can bury you. Your thumbnails have to be a certain way. Your titles have to be a certain way. You have to use certain keywords and, anyway, just a random bit of information. So anyway, so now this article is titled, and then you have to like have the like button clicked. You have to have some comments. There's like this balance they want you to achieve, it's quite difficult. I will say that. But anyway, this article is titled BRICS Plus is driving the new gold rush. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far. I would humbly disagree with you, but is it lending to it a little bit? Yes. China-Russia gold-backed currency would mark beginning of the end of fiat. I'll say I think digital tokens and coins mark the end of fiat. I think that time's coming to an end. More and more people are using less cash. You have certain countries also that have forced their people, like in certain regions of those countries, to give up their fiat for the testing of their CBDC digital currencies. So I think that's what ended it. Now, it's not going to be gold, but we can agree to disagree. Central banks and BRICS Plus and neutral countries are purchasing gold at an unprecedented rate. Oh, I see why you phrased the title that way. While political instability, inflation, and U.S. dollar weaponization are also bolstering gold's appeal, according to Vahan Roth, executive director of gold tokenization firm Swissgrams AG, In an analysis for intelligence consultancy GIS published Wednesday, Roth noted that gold surged to a new all-time high of $2,480 per ounce on July 17th, underscore strategic moves by central banks in BRICS Plus. Now here's where we differ. Are they a part of BRICS Plus? Yes. But are they doing it because they're a part of BRICS Plus? I don't think so. I believe that there is a very visible problem in the financial systems globally. United States system is teetering on a massive collapse that most of the people are not ready for, but the banks see what's coming. Europe's system is having massive problems. You just look at the economy of Germany. Germany was the largest economy in Europe at one time, or is still that? But they were having massive problems there. China's having massive financial problems. Look at Japan. Japan also, from what I know, is having massive problems in their financial systems. So to protect themselves from any possible collapses of any magnitude, you have to have gold to protect that value. I think that's more of a reasoning than them just being, oh, we're BRICS Plus, so we're going to get gold to get out, to hurt the dollar. I'm not so sure of that. Although, hey, if you believe that, to each his own. It says, and other countries against a backdrop of geopolitical and economic uncertainty. Quote, this is a significant jump from its previous record of $2,075 set in August 2020 amid the redacted induced uncertainty and consequent safe haven demand, unquote. He wrote, Roth said the run up in price is not surprising given the ongoing geopolitical turbulence. Yes, but also once again, if there's multitudes of, I'm talking about thousands of banks around the world that can collapse, the central banks want to protect themselves. I think there's another reason why they have the CBDC systems, getting set up. And, we'll go a little bit deeper into that because then we have to talk about them stepping on the toes of the commercial banks who took offense to them rolling out the CBDC systems by asking the central banks, are you trying to take our clients? Because then the central banks can deal with the customers directly and don't need the commercial banks. But it's not that. It's something else. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.